Hey, it's your boy Kyle Lucas, and no, this is not clickbait. I was involved in a Black Friday shooting, and I'm going to be talking about that. It was this Black Friday, this last Black Friday, so like a week ago or so, almost a week ago. I don't know when this is going to be uploaded, but I mean, like, it was this year, like, it was really recent. And yeah, I'm going to tell the story of that, what happened, and I do also have pictures from being in the room and kind of posting on social media about it, because I'm that type of person. Like, I called my parents, and then I posted on social media. I got this hat in that same day. It was $10 from Spencer's, and normally their dad hats are $20. So I thought I'd wear the hat I got on Black Friday. If you are new here, I make random videos like this as well as LGBT related, and sometimes I do vlogs. So go subscribe and like the video. But I'm going to get started with the Black Friday shooting story. So last week, or I don't know what's going to be when I upload this, but last week I went on a trip to meet my internet best friend. I do a video of that. And we wanted to go to a mall, you know, because I was in Florida, and I was like, I want to go to a Florida mall, you know, it sounds fun. Let's go to a mall. My dad had given me money, so when I get money, I usually want to spend it. So we decided to go to a mall on Friday, and I was there for 3 days. But we did not process and realize that it was Black Friday until we were in the car, and I was like, it's Black Friday. And Black Friday is a really good time to shop, but also a very bad time to shop. And when we first got there, it was really, really packed. We went in, I forgot what store we first went in, but it was really, really packed, whatever. So we keep going throughout the mall, and we've only been in the mall for like 20, 30 minutes, you know, going in one store. Now we decide to go to Forever 21. And we saw a whole bunch of people kind of running, and then the alarms are going off. And we were like, what the fuck is going on? So we kind of crowd into Forever 21, and then that time it ended up being a mistake. So we go on with our day. And about 15 minutes later, we talk, I can't speak. We ask Anna's parents, her name is Anna, I'm talking too fast for myself. We asked Anna's parents if we can go off on our own, and they said no. And it's a really, really good thing they said no, because not even 10 minutes later, it's probably about 5 minutes later, again, there are people running and bawling their fucking eyes out. And we're like, what the fuck? So people are running, crying, so we all crowd into this random wedding shop, because we were like in the middle looking at the shops that are like between stores in a mall. So we all crowd into this wedding store, and they shut the doors, shut down the things, and soon the whole mall was empty and everyone was crowded into stores. People are crying, and what we had found out is someone had a gun. Yes, someone had a gun. I'm quickly gonna show the pictures right now, because this is kind of when the story starts. I'm just gonna show all the pictures right now.
The one day you come over here, shit happens.
Really though. Go to Florida and have a good time and shooting.
I know what to do.
It's a story though. So we're in this store, we heard there's a gun, we're in the back, you know, just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? You know, my heart's kind of racing, you know, I'm kind of mentally freaking out, but trying to stay calm, because that's the best thing you can do, just listen to what people tell you to do. I call my mom, call my dad, just let them know what's going on, because if something serious did happen to me, like, for example, I get shot or killed or something, I want them to know what happened. So after I notified my parents what went on, you know, talked to I think it was my dad on the phone, yeah, I started telling my social media. Everyone's kind of freaking out, being like, Kyle, are you okay? This and that. And I'm like, I'm fine. And so then we get notified about 15 minutes later from the shop that someone had robbed a jewelry store. And something happened. They pulled out a gun, and then people started freaking out. You know, once a gun's out, everyone's screaming and stuff. No one's fucking calm because everyone's stupid. No offense. And then he ran to JCPenney's. And so they couldn't figure out who was the person who robbed, who had the gun. So that's why we're locked in this room. We were locked in this room for about an hour, I think. So then, you know, everyone's kind of calm now, and me and Anna go to the front of the store. And we look out the window, and we see that JCPenney's is like 2 stores away from us, and we're like, that's lovely. There are cops outside of the, like, room with, like, big-ass guns and helmets and SWAT team, and it's like, wow, you know, go up to Florida for 3 days, meet my best friend, and this happens. It's a good memory now, because I don't think anyone got hurt. No one got hurt. We weren't hurt. You know, we were all okay, so it's kind of like a, haha, wow, remember that time that there was a shooting on Black Friday. So we're in this room, and, you know, I'm live streaming, and people are like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, I'm good. And then eventually, these cops escort us out of the room. And we go outside, and there's helicopters everywhere. There's people filming, and it's like, wow. Like, I personally have never been involved in a shooting before that. And I live really close to Detroit, so it's kind of surprising, like, not to be stereotypical, but, like, Detroit's not a good area. I live in Michigan, if you didn't know that. And I've never, ever been involved in a shooting. You know, I've seen guns. My dad hunts. But, like, I've never been in that situation where I've been locked in a room, you know, knowing that there's a gun out there. It was an experience, and, like, it's one of those things, you know, it's, well, you don't know, but it's probably going to happen to you at least once. You know, some people will get involved in a shooting when they're young, some people when they're old, but something I feel that happens to everyone at least once. Some people, maybe not at all, but it's just one of those things you kind of have to be prepared for, but at the same time, you're not at all prepared for. I mean, you know, I didn't expect that to happen that day. It's just like one of those things, like, it happens to people, but you kind of never think it's going to happen to you, and then it does, and you're like, oh shit, this is happening, you know what I mean? And, like, things run through your head, like, the last thing you've ever said to someone, and the things you've done in life, and, like, the bad things you've done, the good things you've done, and it's kind of like, it makes you think. It definitely makes you think. We ended up going back into the mall, and there was just, it was pretty empty after, obviously, but there was just food left out everywhere from people running, you know, and it's kind of crazy, you know. People go to, you know, shop for Black Friday, and someone ends up having a gun. The rest of the day was really, really good, though. Obviously, I got this hat and other things, and, yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that experience, my little Black Friday shooting experience. I hope you enjoyed. If you've ever been involved in a shooting, comment your story down below if you want. No one probably will, but, you know, it's all good. I only really get comments like, Dad, but let's talk about shootings. If you've ever been involved in a shooting, I hope you're okay and stuff. I hope no one's offended that, like, I'm kind of not sad about the situation, but, like, no one got hurt, so, like, yeah, hope you're having a good day, good night. Daddy loves you all. I'll see you in my next video.